Robben Island. Here we are. We're having a 10 minutes break. Right guys, I almost cried. I'm so emotional. How are you feeling, Rumbi? What made you feel emotional?
The way he's saying out the history.
Yeah, like so eloquent, telling us about the history of South Africa and the prisoners, the freedom fighters. The freedom fighters were the most dangerous prisoners than murderers. It's so touching. Robert Sebukwe, Robert Sebukwe, I always hear about Robert Sebukwe and people talking about him. It's touching history, but anyway, I got so many questions. But here we are, Robben Island Museum. This is where I am. Right, so we continue with the tour. I need to change my batteries.
Made a countrywide request on all black Africans to leave their dompas at home and offer themselves up for arrest. A simple concept: break the law openly and present yourself up for arrest peacefully. More than 18,000 people went to jail voluntarily. The government's response was swift and brutal. At Sharpeville alone, they opened fire, killing 69 people in their backs as they were running away, injuring hundreds. This was known as the Sharpeville Massacre. For us South Africans, it is
Silas from Cape Town. We're going for a breakfast. We're starting the day with an early morning breakfast. Breakfast is done. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another vlog. It's me again here, SG.
Right onto Rubik Street, then turn right onto Loop Street.
SG Narumbi. Greet them.
Hello, good people.
So today we planned to go to Robben Island. So I was just checking and it seems you have to book for the ferry in advance, but we are just taking chances. We will go and find out if
turn right onto Loop Street, then use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Hans Strijdom Avenue.
We're going to find out if there is a possibility that we can get a ticket on arrival. Ticket on arrival. Anyway, we're going to try our luck and see if we can get a ticket on the spot. We want to go to Robben Island. Robben Island is a monumental place which is well respected in South Africa because the first democratically elected president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, was arrested and imprisoned.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Hans Strijdom Avenue, M6.
Was imprisoned at Robben Island for 27 years. He was released in 1994, I hope. Was it 94 or 93 or 92? When he then became the first democratically elected president of South Africa. Yeah, that's what
continue on M6 for 1.5 kilometers.
That's what I know about Nelson Mandela and Robben Island. So we're going to visit Robben Island. We're gonna get a ferry and go to Robben Island, and hopefully we'll get to enter Nelson Mandela's prison cell. That's what people also do when they come to Cape Town, South Africa, mother city, as it is called. This Cape Town, at a glance, beautiful city indeed, clean and very touristic. There are so many visitors from across the globe and there are so many things to do. So today we are doing one of those things. Me and Rumbi, as she celebrate her birthday month in Cape Town. Yeah, it's all because of her. It's all birthday month. So let's hope she is enjoying. It's not about the birthday itself, it's about the month, the birthday month. So it's the month, and I hope she is enjoying her birthday month in Cape Town. This is her favorite city in South Africa, and
Of course, I'm enjoying.
she actually wants to stay in South Africa. She actually wants to stay in Cape Town. Do you remember when we were in Birmingham? She said, oh, I want to stay here. Everywhere she goes, she wants to stay there. Huh? Everywhere she goes, she want to stay there. Next thing I want to say, I want to change this man. I want to change that.
Anything else, just believe I want to stay in Cape Town. You work wherever you work.
You want to work?
Stay in Cape Town.
Yeah, wherever I work, but you always get attracted to things.
Not anymore.
You went to Birmingham already 2 minutes before even spending a day or two. I want to be staying here. I would come and stay here. Oh, I love this city. Now Cape Town. Oh my God, what are we doing in UK? What are we doing in UK? What are we doing in UK?
Doing in UK.
That one, yeah, I agree with you. What are we doing
What
in UK?
are we doing?
Look at the sun. It's
Imagine.
very hot.
Living
Don't
all
mind me. I'm wearing my jacket because I was warned by internet that if you're going to Robben Island, you have to wear a bit of warm clothes because it might get cold during the ferry. So yeah, and it might also be a bit cold at the island because of the windy, and it's in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Is it the Indian Ocean or is it the Atlantic Ocean? Correct me there. Is the Indian Ocean or is it Atlantic Ocean? I think the Indian Ocean is one that is that side of Durban. This one should be the Atlantic, if my memory serves me right. Anyway, this is Cape Town. It's morning time here in Cape Town, just after 8, and people are driving to work. And I don't want to lie to you, this city is vibrant. It's magnificent.
Continue on M6 for 1 kilometer.
It's magnificent, and it's very warm and shiny with so much to watch. So let me not waste your time. Let's go get to waterfront and see if we can get a ferry to Robben Island. Talk to you when...
In 600 meters, use the second from the left lane to stay on Helen Suzman Boulevard, M6.
Talk to you when I get to Robben Island.
You see, this is why I'm telling you what to
He's saying take a what, left or what? Am I exiting?
No, continuous.
Continue straight.
Use the second from the left lane to stay on Helen Suzman Boulevard.
Second from the left lane. Like I'm getting lost.
In 200 meters, at the roundabout, take the third exit onto Granger Bay Boulevard.
As usual, this is the second. This is Greenpoint Stadium. This is one of the stadiums that was used during the 2010 World Cup that were held by South Africa. It's exit number 1. Oh my God.
Exit the roundabout onto Granger Bay Boulevard. In 400 meters, at the roundabout, continue straight to stay on Granger Bay Boulevard.
Cape Town. Oh, this Cape Town Stadium, not the Greenpoint. There's the Greenpoint Stadium. I think this is Greenpoint Stadium. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Right, yeah, this is Cape Town, guys. It's very warm. It's very warm. And it's peaceful. At least that we are seeing. It feels peaceful. We are going about our business without problems so far. And look at these buses, these tour buses.
In 200 meters, at the roundabout, continue straight to stay on Granger Bay Boulevard.
So we're just going to the waterfront, Cape Town waterfront. Let's continue straight.
In 50 meters, at the roundabout, continue straight to stay on Granger Bay Boulevard.
Beautiful buildings over there.
In 200 meters, turn right to stay on Jetty Street.
This should be parking, I guess. Are we far?
3 minutes. I want to see the view.
Oh, there is the Cape Town Eye.
Fuck.
Cape Town Eye from
Turn right to stay on Jetty Street.
Cape Town. Is this right? There.
In 50 meters, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Breakwater Boulevard.
Okay, that's the parking there. So we're gonna park our car here and get inside. This is called Victoria Wharf parking number 1. Okay, let's get in there and see. Yeah. Get our ticket. What are the prices? 4 hours, £30. 50 pound for how many? For 5 to something hours. I don't know if we are going to spend that much. Which direction do you want to park? Which side do you prefer? You sure? More parking this way. To make sure with it. Did we bring everything? Did we bring everything? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Victoria Wharf Mall, the waterfront mall. This is the view from this side. Victoria Wharf, established in 1992. This is when Nelson Mandela was released from prison. Around that time, I'm not sure exactly, but when we get to Robben Island, I definitely will know that history. So we are going to find out where we can book for a ferry to Robben Island and then take it from there. But before we do that, let me just show you the views from the second floor. Wow, this is another beautiful mall here. This is the ground floor and this is what I'm seeing from here. This is nice. And that's Lion Head and the Table Mountain on the other side. That side, nice one. And there's Rumbi there, the birthday girl. The sun is shining, it's warm, it's cold. Don't mind my UK jacket. It's warm here, but it's not very warm, it's a bit cool, you know, at the moment because it's still morning. All right, can you hold for me? I want to grab a selfie. Nice one. Right, that is it. And you? So this is also my duties to make sure the gimbal is held, is secured for me to grab her pictures. Dilipa tight kan. Dilipa tight ne gimbal. Bata gimbal. Disadona. Another beautiful mall, Victoria Wharf waterfront mall. I think they call it waterfront mall. It's another mall here in Cape Town. Oh, that one? Not exactly. You will never want to ask the security, where do we get the ferry from? Good morning. How are you? Can I ask you, where do we get the ferry to Robben Island?
Clock Tower side.
Second?
Clock Tower.
Oh, where is it?
Just around the corner, you're gonna find the stairs going down, and then left out to the entrance. There's a screen outside, just behind, straight. On the corner, Sunglass Hut, straight to the bridge.
Here.
Thank you. Oh my God, we were getting lost. We were going exactly opposite direction to where we're supposed to get the ferry from. So we're going back, walking down this corridor. In this mall, it's quiet, very few people. Maybe because it's morning, the whole mall is just me and Rumbi.
Probably wrong side of the mall.
Probably we are on the wrong side of the mall. It doesn't have that nice smell, I don't know why. It's kinda smelling fish like, you know. Check you later. I'm falling in love with my gimbal. I once bought this gimbal and I returned it. I did not like it for some reason, I don't know why.
Channel 1. The one.
Oh, maybe there we have to walk there. Oh, we were lost indeed, really lost. Oh, look at this Christmas tree. What a big tree. Wow, this is waterfront. This is where we are. Oh, look at that, Table Mountain. Wow, this is a very nice place. A very nice place. I think this one is better than, for me, I would prefer this one. There's a stage there. I would prefer this one than the other one. But I don't want to stay here. Cape Town, South Africa. Victoria Wharf. Wow, wow. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Where do you get tickets to go to Robben Island? That side. Across the bridge, the other side. Look at this. The sun just makes everything looks beautiful. Cape Union Market. Wow, look at this. Iron. It's so hot, guys. I can't believe I'm wearing this jacket. People are going to ask me, where is this guy from? I'm coming from UK. Just like people from Nigeria, they are always wearing big jackets in UK, even if it's not cold. Oh, come, it's falling. Thanks. Oh, the sun. The sun is right in my eyes. Across the bridge. Where is the bridge? Waterfront. Oh my God. Oh, I see. Now I remember. Now. You remember also? You don't remember taking the picture from here? It's here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I think you want the same thing. Can you please, if you don't mind, take a picture of me here?
Yeah.
You know, going alone. Wait for this.
Going alone. Yeah, that's fine. I will grab a
Going
picture.
alone is a problem.
Did you find someone from here? That's okay. There's always tomorrow. Just been asked to take a picture. Do you want it closer or?
Yeah, even closer. It's fine. Yep.
Right.
Thanks.
I don't know if they are coming out right. I can retake them if they are not coming okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe we come closer as well.
Closer, okay. Yeah. So where do we get tickets to go to Robben Island?
I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I'm from Joburg.
Oh, Joburg.
So
that's okay.
I just thought, let me come make a turn before I go. What is this? Maybe from that side, that angle, sort of.
The sun is, let's see.
Is it still dark?
The mountain won't come out.
Oh.
It's still dark here because you are, maybe if you lift your head a bit or remove the cape.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually if the sun is right on top, it becomes bad because
Thank you so much.
you have a shade. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Oh my God. You should break it. That's okay. I am for sale. Look at this artwork. Gorilla. I wonder how much it costs. Wow. Wow. Across the bridge. Oh, okay. I'm sure it's those boats that are going to Robben Island. What time is it? Wow. Look at this. These views are beautiful. Wow. Boss, how are you? Where do we get tickets to go to Robben Island? Oh, inside there. Will it be full already? I have no idea. Look at all these people who want to go to Robben Island. So this is where you can get a ticket to Robben Island. I wonder how much it costs. A World Heritage Site, Robben Island Museum. This one. It's a camera.
You've got tickets for the ferry straight down the stairs, 11 o'clock tickets.
If you don't have tickets,
if you don't, you can get some to do.
for 11. Okay. How much is it, by the way?
400 rand per adult, South Africans, non-South Africans 600 rand.
Okay. Morning. We want to go to Robben Island at 11. 11.
You can come this side.
Okay.
May I please have your driver's license and passport?
No.
South African.
As much as you are non-South
We are South Africans.
For boarding, you're gonna need that.
Did you bring anything? What the heck?
The picture. Don't you have your driver's license? Picture of your identification.
Should I go to mine?
Driver's license, ID, anything that shows that this is you. You're gonna pay it together, no?
Yeah. How about the surety? Just make it 400, my sister, 400. Thank you.
Okay, let me start with yours.
Time is now we dampura.
Hello. How are you? I'm good. How are you? We would like to go to the Robben Island at 11. Yes.
One or all?
Three.
Three.
Okay. For all of you? Yes.
You need only one.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's hot. These people are all waiting to board. So we bought our tickets to Robben Island. 600 per adult, non-South Africans. 400 South Africans. 1.2. There's so many people.
Tickets and your proof of identifications ready. Please have your tickets and your proof of identifications ready. Boarding will commence shortly. Enjoy your visit to the island.
Thank you too. It's boarding time to Robben Island. You must have your ID. I know someone who does not have an ID.
Morning, sir. Couldn't you send Yeah. Here we are, sir. Thank you so much. Hey, please flip it up. Oh, don't throw it away.
It's excitement.
I like that. I like that. Ma'am, your ID. Thank you so much.
This is our ferry to Robben Island. I don't know what to expect, but all I know is it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So I have no much expectations, I'm just going to see what is there and learn one or two things. Share. Oh my God. Here we are on our way to Robben Island. This thing is shaking and scary. Wow. Yeah, there was war. Yeah. Okay.
My family came over to we had family in London. I've never been back. Have you guys been?
Just 3 years. 3 years.
We escaped the wars. We don't know what time. Right? They say it's really gone down. I don't mean that bad. My sister was from Zambia. She went to Zambia. Her family was in. She went to Zimbabwe just one night, really. But she was there. They flew. So she did about a day and a half. Zimbabwe. And she said it's completely.
We ran it down. Politics.
In Cape Town. I was born in a place you might not know of it. When I was in Sinoia,
Chinoy. Yeah.
I keep telling my sister-in-law, I want to go back. My mum used to tell, my mum used to say to me, why do you want to go back? All you have is a piece of paper with your name on it, meaning my birth certificate. But I want to go back. I really want to go to Chinoy. But she said you can't, because it's hard to travel to Chinoy now because the roads are not good. Is it possible? Tell me, is it possible?
You can travel, but I mean, the roads are bad, but I mean, you can get there. Yeah. You can get there.
How would you travel? Like if you hire a car, is it possible for...
Yeah, you can drive, yeah. Yeah, you can drive.
But I really want to go, but see the place of
Chinoy.
Even though I was only 7, you still feel a part of inside you. You know what it is in London. We've been there since 1977. We'll never be accepted. Never be accepted. They will always see your hand first.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the Robben Island. We are just going to disembark in a moment. We have arrived at the island where Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. So can't wait to see what was happening. When he got up, everything was gone. I'm excited. I always wanted to visit this place. I hope you also are planning to visit this place, or you have already visited Robben Island. Yeah, I don't know how many hours or minutes we're going to spend here. And it's an island. Actually, there are houses. There are actually people who stay here. So I can't wait to see what happens after. So stay tuned, subscribe, comment, like, and share. My tickets. We just disembarked from our ferry, Kurotoa, 30 minutes ferry from Cape Town CBD. This is Robben Island. My very first time at Robben Island. This is where the great man spent 27 years, almost half of his age. Wow, what is this? What is this? Can someone tell me what this is? There are people's names. It's a wall with people's names. Oh, maybe prisoners. Oh my God, so many names. Where is my cherry? Oh, there she is. Mary's Harbor, Robben Island Memorial Wall. Okay, this is a memorial wall. This wall for remembrance honors all who were banished to Robben Island. It is a testimony of truth of the human spirit over adversity, unveiled by the Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Mr. Gayton Mackenzie. 27 September 2025. Okay, welcome to
Attention all visitors who have just arrived on the island. Please make your way straight to the buses. Please make your way straight to the buses. You know, towards the waiting for you. Please make your way straight to the buses. Please make your way straight to the buses. You towards the waiting for you.
Welcome to Robben Island. What do you know about Robben Island? Oh, I did. Public toilets. There are toilets here. X-ray room. There's an X-ray room. Another ferry. Sikululekile. You know what Sikululekile means? We have rested Tazorora. Robben Island. We serve with pride. Wow. I'm feeling something as I walk this place. There is a spirit that is speaking to me. And someone is speaking to me. There's a queue. Two.
Another two?
And agents of the Department of Sports, Robben Island. We're getting in the bus. This is a guided tour, so we have no idea where we're going. You see there? I see there. For the first bus.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Robben Island, a sacred place of memory We are here today to honor those who have suffered and died for freedom and justice in our land. I am Abigail and this is my driver, Faith. Hi everybody. Can you say hi to Faith today for me please? Ladies and gentlemen, let me start. South Africa's democracy was pioneered through political activists. There are a few places in South Africa that bear the weight and sheer historical significance, like Robben Island Museum. This former prison serves as a jarring reminder of the country's troubled political past. At the same time, it reveals itself as a powerful symbol of the triumph of the human spirit that played such a key role in the development of a new South Africa. Robben Island has a rich, layered history and heritage. It spans over 500 years. The name Robben Island comes from an old Dutch word, robbe, in Afrikaans, in English, seals. The Dutch found a number of Cape fur seals. They were not the first to discover the island. It was discovered by the Portuguese in 1488, who used the island as a pantry, filling up on guinea fowl, seals and penguin eggs for their journey ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, so the island was used as a post office, a hospital, a mental institution. As early as the early 1400s, it was used as a prison for misbehaving sailors. A leper colony between 1846 and 1931. A military base between 1939 and 1945. A maximum security prison between 1960 and in 1991. All political prisoners were released from the island. In 1996, all convict prisoners were released and the island was no more a prison. Today, ladies and gentlemen, Robben Island, our living museum, natural and cultural World Heritage Site, declared by UNESCO in 1999. So ladies and gentlemen, this building right in front of us, this is our visitor center. This is where you came to visit your loved ones. You had to apply 6 months before the time for a 30-minute visit. Visits were recorded and monitored by guards. Only 2 languages were allowed, English and Afrikaans, and most of our fellow Africans in those years could only communicate in their mother tongue. Unable to speak English or Afrikaans, they would just stare at each other for the 30 minutes. If you missed the boat, you had to reapply and wait another 6 months. Ladies and gentlemen, guards and warders were rotated and changed for fear of familiarity with our prisoners. Thank you so much. We will be on our way. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just passing the maximum security prison. Your tour is divided into or consists of a prison tour and an island tour. For the prison leg of the tour, you will receive insight into the significant role that each political prisoner collectively played throughout the apartheid era. Ladies and gentlemen, on your right hand side is the leper graveyard. The Leprosy Repression Act was passed in 1891. This act mandated the isolation of individuals diagnosed with leprosy, effectively stripping them of their civil rights and banishing them to the island. Leprosy wasn't just a disease to be treated, it became a legal justification for forced isolation. Ladies and gentlemen, our people were separated by race, gender, and social status. And even though they were separated, a number of healthy babies were born and adopted by mainland families. Today, if we look right across this area, we're looking at about 3,000 graves, and there are thousands of unmarked graves. It was reported when they dig the trenches of the maximum security prison, they found so many human remains. All buildings occupied by lepers were burned down for fear of contamination. There's only one building still standing, and that is the Church of the Good Shepherd. We will see it later on. Ladies and gentlemen, leprosy today is known as Hansen's disease, named after the Norwegian Dr. Alma Hansen, who found a cure for leprosy. Thank you. Side, please, for now. Can we disregard and all other buildings surrounding this house? Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe kept in solitary confinement for 6 years in the world's smallest prison. The founding leader of the Pan-Africanist Congress in 1959, Professor Robert Sobukwe, struck fear in the hearts of the apartheid government on the 21st of March 1960 by organizing a peaceful protest march against the Dompas laws. Now, the Dompas laws was also known as the reference book. It was a small ID-like book. The Africans called it the Dompas, in English the stupid book, carried by all black Africans from the age of 16, restricting them from moving freely in their own country. If you were caught without this book, you would be fined 60 rand or 6 months imprisonment. And at that time, for a black African, 60 rand was the equivalent of 1 month's salary. Robert Sobukwe made a countrywide request on all black Africans to leave their dompas at home and offer themselves up for arrest. A simple concept: break the law openly and present yourself up for arrest peacefully. More than 18,000 people went to jail voluntarily. The government's response was swift and brutal. At Sharpeville alone, they opened fire, killing 69 people in their backs as they were running away, injuring hundreds. This was known as the Sharpeville Massacre. For us South Africans, it is Human Rights Day. Sharpeville put South Africa on the map. The eyes of the world opened to the horrors of apartheid. Sobukwe was arrested at Orlando Police Station and sentenced to 3 years for incitement. He was sent to Central Pretoria Prison. Ladies and gentlemen, near the end of this 3-year sentence, the parliament sat. They regarded Robert Sobukwe public enemy number 1, the most dangerous man in South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, they created a special clause for him known as the General Law Amendment Act, with a special clause that became known as the Robert Sobukwe Clause. It allowed them to review his sentence on an annual basis and at the discretion of the Minister of Justice. What it actually says that they could detain him for as long as they wanted. Released from Pretoria only to be banished to this little house in 1963, guarded by 6 guards with strict orders not to speak to Sobukwe. Now, if you go into this little museum, you will see this big portrait of Robert Sobukwe with that charismatic smile on his face, ironing his clothes. There is a bed, a clock and a radio, and also some correspondence between himself, and he called her my darling Veronica, his wife. So, ladies and gentlemen, he could wear his own clothes. He could listen to radio, read his newspaper. He could walk within the parameters of this house. He even had a special diet, just like his special clothes. He did not eat what the maximum security prisoners ate. And ladies and gentlemen, when he was standing in front of his house, his fellow prisoners would pass from the maximum security prison, past that house on their way to do hard labor. They would salute Robert Sobukwe. Sobukwe would scoop up a handful of soil and let it filter through his fingers. This was a gesture saying that we are the sons of the soil of Africa. Fight until the last land is free. Ladies and gentlemen, by year 3, he had his first interview. It was discovered that his vocal cords were damaged and he could hardly speak. Sobukwe refused to eat and became ill. Robben Island didn't want him to die a martyr's death, so they released him to Halishiwe inside Kimberley, where he, on the 11th of February 1978, under severe restrictions to his freedom, he died of, some books say, lung cancer, some books say poisoned, at the age of 53, leaving his darling Veronica, 3 sons and a daughter behind. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to salute Helen Suzman, a lone voice in Parliament who repeatedly protested against his indefinite detention by the government and continually called for his release in Parliament. Evil can only flourish if a few good people do nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe held multiple qualifications. We must know that he was an eloquent and intellectual leader, a strategic and innovative thinker, a person of great integrity and courage, a charismatic visionary, a strong advocate for non-racialism. He had a BA degree, a teacher's diploma, honors in languages, a degree in economics and a law degree. He was a lecturer of African languages at the University of Witwatersrand. Today we salute our unsung hero, Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe, and in his words, there is only one race, the human race. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Shepherd, also known as Lipper Church. This is the only privately owned building on the island, built by prisoners in 1895, designed by Sir Herbert Baker, who also designed the Union buildings in Pretoria. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, all buildings occupied by lepers were burned down. They could not touch this building because it does not belong to the state. It belongs to the Anglican Church of South Africa. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the convict prison, also known as the common law prison. This is where grapers and murderers were kept. And as you can see the difference in the structure, they were regarded less dangerous than our political prisoners, and in some instances used to assist the warders and the guards assaulting our political prisoners. They were separated from the political prisoners because of fear of being politicized. Ladies and gentlemen, today it is called a multi-purpose learning center used for our youth groups. Thank you. We have a solar farm on our left-hand side. We also have a desalination plant on the island. We are about to enter the little Irish village of Robben Island, built during the Second World War. Robben Island architecture is a physical embodiment of its layered history and layered reuse of its buildings. The clinic was a hospital during the Dutch East Indies Company, and also a clinic during the correctional services for warders and their families only. Ladies and gentlemen, on your left hand side, we're just going to pass the post office of Robben Island. Robben Island existed as a post office for nearly 612 years. Using the post office as a mailing station was quite a common maritime practice. The post office closed in 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, we're standing in front of the oldest building on the island, built in 1841 by prisoners. It's Cape Gothic style, and this is also where we used to celebrate our Valentine's weddings. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take your attention to this dilapidated building straight in front of us with the no windows. This is called the Female Mental Asylum. Ladies and gentlemen, the history of mental health care on the island was a complex subject with evidence in the colonial archives of neglect and abuse. Is a basement at the bottom of the asylum It's called the dark hole. It was used for punishment and isolation. The mental health wasn't fully understood. So females with postpartum depression, ADHD, bipolar, nervousness, epilepsy and Down syndrome were dumped here, out of sight, out of mind. Ladies and gentlemen, the doctors Britt Whistle and Edmund, Dr. William Edmund, I think if they had to examine this bus today or evaluate this bus, most of us would end up right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the asylum closed in 1921. All patients were transferred to Valkenburg in Cape Town. The asylum was more a place of exclusion than healing. Gentlemen, we haven't forgotten about you. The male mental asylum is further up. Thank you, Faith. On your left-hand side, John Craig Hall, the civil engineer of the island. He was responsible for the development of the island during the Second World War. School on your right-hand side. This was known as the male mental asylum. This building was used for so many uses. It used to be a hospital, a canteen during the military era, also a military school. It was used for white children only, the warders' children only. And when Robben Island became a museum, we took over from the correctional services. The numbers dwindled and we were left with 11 children and 2 teachers, and it had to be closed in 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a living museum. You will be interacting with a live ex-political prisoner, and we have about 140 Robben Island staff members living on the island. I used to be one of those. I came here in 2003 and I stayed here for 10 years. I was married to a skipper. They needed a skipper for during the nights and birds. But those years, ladies and gentlemen, we were living next to Xhosas, Zulus, Sothos, ex-warders. We were a multicultural, multiracial community, and it was a very vibrant community. Ladies and gentlemen, let us go further. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, long before the jails were built and our ancestors were held in them, before the sick and infirm were brought here to die, Robben Island formed part of the mainland. But because of the rising sea levels, we got separated from the mainland. Today, we are 7.5 kilometers away from Bloubergstrand and 12 kilometers away from Cape Town. The oval-shaped island is 574 hectares and 1,000 acres, 12 kilometers in circumference. It will take you about 2 hours to walk right around the island.
Robben Island, here we are. We are having minutes break. We're having a 10 minutes break. Hello. Fine, how are you? Hello. Who am I speaking to? Say again? I'm sorry. Can you call me after 2 hours because I cannot hear you? There's a network problem. Right, guys, I almost cried. I'm so emotional. How are you feeling, Rumbi? What made you feel emotional?
The way he's saying out the history.
Yeah, like so eloquent, telling us about the history of South Africa and the prisoners, the freedom fighters. The freedom fighters were the most dangerous prisoners than murderers. It's so touching. Robert Sebukwe, Robert Sebukwe, I always hear about Robert Sebukwe and people talking about him. It's touching history, but anyway, I got so many questions. But here we are, Robben Island Museum. This is where I am. Right, this time I will get it right. Oh my God, it's all shining. You want it standing or?
That will go. It's capturing.
Okay. They're on the phone now. Hello, it's better now. Right, you can come close. You go. Oh, guys, we are waiting to get a snapshot, a picture of this view of Table Mountain from this side. I'll go, come close. It's okay, it's recorded. Put this one down. Camera manyam. How do I pause? Bo. Let's go. Right, so we continue with the tour. I need to change my batteries.
He is also known as Harry the Strandloper. He stole a boat in 1659 and he rowed to Saldanha Bay. Jan Reitman in 1690, David Steerman in 1810, Makanda and others in 1820 stole 3 boats. 2 of those boats capsized, Makanda drowned and the others were rearrested and decapitated. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a clear message to everyone else who wanted to escape. We have our annual Freedom Swim between March and May. That is when the Atlantic Ocean is between 12 and 15 degrees cold water. So the Freedom Swim is a physically challenging event, and we swim from Robben Island to Bloubergstrand. That is 7.5 kilometers. Our youngest participant was Carly Forrie, a 10-year-old girl who did the swim in just over 3 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, we have bird species galore. We have 164 bird species on the island. We have 2 types of tortoises on the island. We have a lot of reptiles, and our relic is the mole snake. It is a non-venomous snake, but you will need at least 41 stitches to close that bite. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we also have springboks and fallow deer on the island. Political leaders had to work in these limestone quarries. Robben Island has a number of them. We have the limestone quarry, the Jan van Riebeeck quarry, the Shell lime quarry, the excavation quarry, and the bluestone quarry. This is where our political leaders were brutally assaulted, humiliated, physically and psychological torture took place here. Inhumane treatment. Ladies and gentlemen, Hamilton KK, a political prisoner, was brutally assaulted when he was unable to push a wheelbarrow full of stones due to the blisters on his hands. Especially sadistic warders and guards like Dalport and the Kleinhans brothers, Ian and Piet. They would bury the political prisoners alive with only the head sticking out, and when Msongelwa and Malambo would ask for water, they would urinate on them. The first recorded death of a political prisoner took place in the old tronk, in English the old jail. That is where Jimmy Simon was, after 18 days of his arrival, was due. He actually died because of hard labor and inhumane treatment by the warders and with the help of the convict prison. The warders had this saying that carry on was a form of punishment by a group of warders, and they would physically assault the prisoners. Ladies and gentlemen, our political leaders were kept in Section B single cells. They were promised to work here for 6 months but ended up working for 13.5 years using primitive tools like handpicks, shovels and wheelbarrows. From sunrise to sunset, all weather, the labor was intense, senseless and with zero productivity. Why I say that? Because for the first 6 months the lime was used to whitewash buildings and to finish surface roads on the island. It was also used as a foundation for the Cape Castle in Cape Town. After that, it was just dumped in the sea. It was just a form of punishment to frustrate, humiliate, break their spirits and treat them bad. Ladies and gentlemen, the battery observation post on top of the cave is one of the remnants of the Second World War, and that is where 6 guards with R1 rifles would stand guard, and the order of the day was to shoot and shoot to kill. You must know today that these political prisoners were regarded criminals and terrorists. The 7-meter cave was used as a shelter and a toilet with 2 buckets provided. With no protective gear, they suffered painful eye conditions by overexposure to the glare of the sun here in the limestone quarry. As a result, snow blindness, cataracts and dry eyes. Mr. Nelson Mandela in 1982 had his first eye operation, and in 1995 his second one, and he was reportedly able to shed tears after years. Ladies and gentlemen, as the chemical limestone dust, the wind would blow it, it would settle on your skin, you would inhale it, and of our political leaders would later die of lung-related illnesses like tuberculosis and pneumonia. They were killed here slowly but surely. Also, the limestone quarry is known as a place where the slogan "Each one, teach one" was birthed. Most of our leaders were historians, teachers, doctors and lawyers, and they would teach those who were less educated. With several hunger strike protests to improve their conditions, they could, in 1970, and with the help of the International Red Cross, they could finally study via correspondence courses through UNISA, the University of South Africa, Damelin and the University of London. Ladies and gentlemen, Dikgang Motsaneke, our youngest political prisoner, he came here at the age of 14, no matric, nothing. At the age of 30, he left the island and he was our first black advocate. He drafted our constitution and he was the Deputy Minister of Justice of South Africa. Mr. Kgaleme Motlanthe, he was our president for a brief period between 25 September 2008 and 9 May 2009. He registered for his BCom. Mr. Eddie Daniels didn't have his matric. When he left here after 15 years, he left with 2 university degrees. Ladies and gentlemen, the heap of stones, as you can see there, it made it to some of our 100 Rand bills. It was placed there on the 11th February 1995 when our ex-political leaders or our ex-political prisoners had a big reunion on the island right here in the limestone quarry. And they were joined by female political prisoners as well as white Afrikaner political prisoners. I'll mention a few names in no particular order: Barbara Hogan, Thandi Modise, Fatima Meer, James Ben, Brayton Breitenbach and Dennis Goldberg. As they were busy with their event, Mr. Nelson Mandela broke away from the crowd. He picked up a stone and placed it in the center of the limestone quarry. This heap of stones is called Isivivani, a monument of remembrance and healing for the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where reconciliation started, when Mr. Mandela said, let us not fight the gods, but let us keep them close to our chest, because they are also victims of the system. We salute Nelson Mandela, Mr. Martin Luther King and Mr. Mahatma Gandhi, who taught us reconciliation rooted in empathy, unity and forgiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, in the words of Ahmed Kathrada, that spent 13 years in this limestone quarry, while we will not forget the brutality of apartheid, we will not want Robben Island to be a monument of our hardship and suffering. We want it to be a triumph of the human spirit against the forces of evil. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Nelson Mandela's number is 466/64. He came in 1964 and he was the 466th prisoner on the island, and that is how they got their numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Swans location. The Swans were a 3,000 all-female Navy group. They operated the anti-submarine defense and they dealt with 4,451 ships. This was their logistics house. It was their listening station and also their barracks. Thank you so much. Called a kramat. It is a Muslim shrine in honor of Sayyid Abdurrahman Mathura. These were slaves from Malaysia, Indonesia and parts of India. They did not want to be Christians. They defied the Dutch, and that is why they were banished to the island. Ladies and gentlemen, these men were brought in chains, kept in chains and buried in those chains. Sayyid Abdurrahman Mathura rewrote the Quran from memory, and that is how Islam came to Cape Town, South Africa. We have 5 of these kramats right around Cape Town. There is one in Signal Hill, Ouderkraal, Constantia, Makassar and Robben Island. They form a circle of saints. Ladies and gentlemen, you came to Robben Island to be transported into the past. I hope you had an inspirational experience by the history of this unique place in the story of humanity. From myself and my driver Faith, I thank you kindly for your support. Thank you so much. We will hand you over to the ex-politician. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kindly.
Thank you. What's your name, by the way?
Oh,
Abigail. Oh, Abigail Page.
Yes, Paige.
Oh,
Do you want to come back to me?
If I want to come and tour without a bus, maybe just get into detail. How do you do that?
Private tour, then I'll take you. I'll walk you this whole island.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Thank you kindly.
How much does that cost the private tour?
I think it's about 4,000, and thank you so much, dear.
All right, we will come back. Where do we?
Online is based online.
Oh, okay.
It goes quick.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to you. Don't
I won't forget. Private tour 4,000. You book online, then maybe you. She's very nice and eloquent. I was crying, tears. I'm sure you don't know about Nelson Mandela. You remember I took you to Nelson Mandela's way more. No. In more
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. There are 2 challenges that the tour guides always have. One is that people get out of the bus, they stand. That you cannot start narrating when everybody is not there. My name is Mzwandile. My surname is Mandela. I was born on the 20th of December. I don't tell which year or how old I am. My request is that we don't make videos as we narrate. The reason being, people sold our stories. That is why we don't allow. This is a request, okay?
Okay.
We take photos as you can.
And walk as fast as you can.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I said my name is Mzwandile, my surname is Mandela. I'm having a special gift of seeing things before they happen. I tell they come to pass. I'm the son of Lungile, that is my father's name, meaning wise man. And my mother's name is unforgettable, meaning the heart of the world. I was first detained at the early age of 16 in Tosha. So among other things that I'm going to talk about here will be detention laws in this country and Tosha methods. But when Tosha methods are only touching.
B section, D section, political prisoners were held here. Looks like it was a nice place. You will look the same like Kumbagwenyu. This is where Mandela was. But he was mentioning exactly some very important things that matters in the South African history. No, you didn't get the point. I'll tell you. He talked about Steve Biko. This is a prison, this way. D section, F section. You are in prison. We are going to Nelson Mandela.
Mandela said is the one with the red market.
They look nicer than
during the day, these wooden doors will be left open like this. 3:30 they are locked till tomorrow. Those barriers in the morning, you take them out because it's no day. And 7:30 when they open, you take them, go down. There are restrooms down there. Open, you clean them there. After cleaning them, you go and wash. After washing, you go and have your breakfast. After breakfast, you go for 30 minutes exercise. You come back, then at 3:30, 2:30, then I'm going for your last exercise. Last 30 minutes exercise, then I'll come back with you. If I may ask a little bit, that is the case that the heaviest. And maybe one request. I don't know where your home is, but do me one favor. Go back home. The agent of peace, change, and love in the world. Because that is what our world needs. Peace and love. So be agent of that. Will you do that for me? Thank you. If you do, it's okay. But if you don't, it's also okay with me. I know I'll die peacefully in my sleep. But now we'll be parting ways to a long walk to freedom. I'm going in again. This goes back and come back to me. While I was narrating, I had this family, but now this family is going and it's leaving me alone. So the tradition is that we shake hands. Those who want to take a photo with the guide, you do that. And then those who want to bless the guide, they do that. These were not to hang people. These were to hang low. Guys are now being released. You don't sleep.
Thank you. What's your name again?
Thank you.
You're going to wait for the lecture to finish? Right. This marks the end of our prison term here at Robben Island. We had an ex-convict, Muzwandile, I forgot his surname. He was an inmate in this prison for inciting violence during the 1976 student uprising. He said he was supposed to give a speech for the first anniversary 1977 after what had happened in 1976, where there was what was called the Soweto uprising. You go and read for yourself and let me know in the comment section what happened to South Africa in 1976 and what you understand by the Soweto uprising of 1976. And remember also that South Africa celebrate, they call it 16 June. What holiday is it? Oh my God, my South African history is gone. Youth Day, 16 Youth Day, yeah. It's called Youth Day. So, yeah, that's what happened in 1976. Students uprose. They demonstrated. Let's end there. Let me not say what is not correct. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. We are at Robben Island and Rumbi is enjoying her birthday month here in Cape Town. Today she was at Robben Island and there's a machine gun, the old one there. Howitt cannon, Second World War installation. The World War was really a big thing. Everywhere you go, it's about the World War, First World War, Second World War was the biggest one. Anyway, it's a nice location, to be honest, with lots of South African history. I was teary when I was hearing those stories from the guides. I like the bushy there. What could this be? So yeah, we're going back now to Cape Town from Robben Island. So see you when we get there. I think that should mark the end of this video. I think, yeah, I should end this one. I will see you on my next one. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share, and come and visit South Africa. Come and visit South Africa and Robben Island. Island. Prison here. Prison. Imagine. I don't think it's everyone angari mu ferry awuya mu lecture there. Robben Island, we serve with pride. Amene kwaenda zvadzimika ndabaya bhatana siro. We are back from Robben Island. Look at how many people are going to Robben Island. Helicopter. Helicopter. Tingatoende uko sotorakata so. Chibate sabas. Kumbe ndakuremero. This is Cape Town, South Africa. Waterfront, Cape Town Diamond Museum, fish market. Fish market gabe. Where does the fish gabe? Which looks appetizing. Twitter fish. No. Yeah, wait for a fish platter. Platter fish. No. Different one. And yeah, wait till we try fish. We can probably try it also here. We might like it here. Shall we? I'm also hungry. Virgin Active College. I think we share go to Table Mountain. Does this road go to town? Plus, but about Africa, don't know the one. Don't know the one. Need bank.
Sorry to feel a little better. Please have this
The view. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? I am still here in Kapa town. Guys, this is the best view of Cape Town. Oh my God. This is the best view of Cape Town. Look at this. Oh my God. Looks like there's going to be entertainment over there. The stage is being set. Wow. The Gandri Cafe. I'm in Cape Town. Table Mountain over there. In Cape Town. Oh, this is right into town. Oh, I see. So we can actually walk here. Tambaine zvimwe kuri izvi. Nice one. We forgot to mention that we are having lunch, platter for two at Ocean Basket. It's Rumbi's first time at Ocean Basket. Platter for two, it costs 450 rands, which is about less than 30 rand, less than 30 pounds rather.